To me, this is the most disturbing story of the week because so insane that it has to be deliberate. Let me get into it. Seizing Russian money could devastate Euroclear, according to Reuters. Right, so they've got $300 billion of Russian assets frozen over there. Here's the deal. Look at this. The entire global financial system could be jeopardized if Euroclear, which is in Belgium, the main EU clearinghouse holding hundreds of billions of euros in frozen Russian money, could collapse the whole financial system if it's sued over using the money to fund Kiev, a senior bloc official has told Reuters. Okay, so don't seize the money then. The West has frozen roughly $300 billion in holdings belonging to the Russian central bank. Okay. Of that amount, Euroclear holds around $205 billion in assets. And the EU is reportedly fast-tracking the decision to send Kiev the first tranche of up to 3 billion euros in profits generated from the frozen Russian assets as early as July. So let's call that 3 billion the upside. What's the immediate downside? Well, should the West proceed with stealing the funds, the Russian central bank is likely to seize around 10 times as much, 11 times, $33 billion of Euroclear money held in the National Securities Deposit in Moscow. So that's just out of the gate. They're going to take $3 billion on the upside, and they know they're going to suffer right out of the gate.
Right.
$33 billion loss. Okay, let's keep it going. Moscow has repeatedly warned that it will respond in kind if the West goes through with threats to confiscate Russian assets. The finance ministry said last month that Western states and companies themselves still have holdings in Russia that could be jeopardized if the frozen funds are tapped. So on top of the $33 billion, you also have assets in Russia. Okay. That's going to hurt some Western banks. So here we come to the punchline. If Western banks begin suing Euroclear for the loss of their money invested in Russia, that's the mechanism how Euroclear could be totally emptied, the official warned. Euroclear Bank boasts over 37 trillion euros in assets in custody globally. But if it runs out of liquidity amidst a litany of lawsuits, the Belgian central bank may be forced to withdraw its license, causing a global financial crisis, the official warned. So for the upside of $3 billion, the powers that be are going to risk they're going to cause deliberately a global financial crisis when Euroclear melts down, which it will.
Okay, so the official story, again, makes no sense. They
Right.
have the ability to print whatever money they want to fund Ukraine. And they have the ability, under the U.S. administrative policies, to spend it secretly, right?
Right.
Okay, so if the
Right.
central banks can print money and they can spend it, so in the scheme of the money disappearing from the federal government, $33 billion is chump change.
Right. It's not. It's right. It's
Right.
chump change.
It's chump change. So the only reason I would take the Russian assets is because I wanted to trigger an asset war where they were seizing assets, I was seizing assets. And, I go back to the World Economic Forum, it's 2030 and you have no assets. How are you going to seize all the assets in the world? Well, this is a perfect way to start the process, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It is. Right.
Right. So
The tumbling dominoes.
yeah, if they have the ability to finance the 33 billion secretly, and they have multiple ways of doing it, John, why would you do it this way and start off an asset war? The only reason you would do is that's what you want to do.